Good morning, everybody. I feel like I just saw you guys. Hello and welcome to another episode of Market in the Morning. I'm your host with the most, Kevin Dubrisky, and we are going to get the ball rolling. It is 9 o'clock. We usually start these around 8:20. I appreciate everybody's patience. I was covering the Chart Fanatics stream for us. We have a spot on Chart Fanatics in the mornings, and I told them, guys, the show must go on. Imri wasn't feeling too well. Unfortunately, he won't be joining us for today's episode. I know, my heart's broken too, but that's okay. As always, the show must go on. We're going to take some trades. We're going to break down markets. If you got any questions, let me know. Drop a good morning. Be excited. Let's absolutely kill it, guys. Yo, what's going on? Milos, what's going on? Matt, hello. Piyush, hello. Piyush, thank you for dropping that comment earlier in the comments. You let everybody know that I will be on for that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Luke, you already know we're going to make some wins today, tonight, this evening, tomorrow, on the moon, wherever. We're going to do it. We're going to kill it. Yo, Yusuf, what's going on, brother? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Mariru, what's going on? Appreciate you guys joining that Chart Fanatic stream, showing some love as well. It's all about support. It's all about bringing each other to that next level. If you didn't join, I will very briefly go over what's going on with the NASDAQ, what's going on with the S&P, and of course, what is going on with gold. Now, we can start with gold. Gold has been rallying. It's trying to break out of its current range. Let's see if we can pull up GC over here. Here we go. We have our GC and XAU USD charts over here. As we see, we are at the high of the current range. This is not a spot that I would want to look to buy gold because we're at the high of the past range that we've been in for the past month. But I do know we're getting ready to break out of it. How do I know that? Well, when I use markets fundamentals, when I look and see where the dollar is, everything's starting to add up. We were going over in Chart Fanatics about confluences, about multiple reasons to take trades, but also multiple reasons on the fundamental side that are supporting or going against the bias. Nil, what's going on, brother, man? Listen, you know there's always room on the show for you, homie, but I know you're a busy man. Guys, smash that like button for MRKT, smash it for Nalab, smash it for me, smash it for yourself for coming here every day to learn something to better who you are as a person and better who you are as a trader. Really love it. Absolutely great. We're rocking, we're rolling. Caffeine free today. We are hands off. We're all natural. Usman, good morning. What's going on, guys? So let's take a quick look at our economic calendar, see if anything is going over here. Yes, smash it for Piyush. W's to Piyush. I always tell you guys, we're a community here. It's not just me. It's not just me and Market, not just me in the lab. Sometimes it's just in the lab, it's in the lab's world, and we're just living in it, and that's fine. But it's all about everybody here. We're a community. We're here to grow together, and we're here to get better. No, wow, caffeine free, ew. I know, right, bro? Listen, man, you know what? I would have had the caffeine, but I got a message at like 7:30. Who's covering CF? Oh, shoot. I guess I am. And we got it done, baby. It was a great show. People absolutely loved it. I definitely got a few good new people signing up for Market to expose them to a great terminal like this. Truly is, I hate the saying no brainer, but the facts are, to have that fundamental edge, you needed a Bloomberg terminal, 25,000, 30,000 a year. It's a fraction of that to have access to MRKT. It's a fraction of that to have that same bias, have that same approval. Bad NFP and high unemployment on Friday, more gold buys. Yo, I'd love to see that. I want to see that. I agree with you. Trading Concepts, what's up, brother man? Good morning. Hello, how are you? I am doing great. I hope you're doing well as well. Absolutely killed it on some ES longs yesterday. Going to be looking to take the same bias, same trades. I see this move as a manipulation on gold. I'm definitely with you to a point. I wanted to see gold break out of this range, but on top of that, right, we talk about multiple reasons, confluence, and all that fun stuff. The dollar, take a look at the dollar now. Dollar is back within this range. When the dollar was within this range, gold was soaring. So I do want to see if we can hold back below this $100 point on the DXY, on the dollar, to help support gold to break back higher and see a trend. We've also seen the trend start to continue on ES and NQ. So the question becomes, do we break out, or is this a fake out like you were saying in the comments where this could be a manipulation? We always want to ask, Is this a manipulation, or does this actually have something backing it? And instead of guessing, you can take a look at MRKT, and you could even go to Ask Market. Let's see. Is this gold breakout a manipulation, or does it have something backing it? Let's see how MRKT responds to that, guys. Ask Market. Is the gold breakout a manipulation, or does it have something backing it? Let's see. Keen for NFP, haven't traded many. Cool, cool. Good morning, good morning. Wow, that was quick. That was super quick. Gold breakout is backed by real catalysts. Yo, that's cool. This is cool. Soft ADP payrolls, boosted rate cut odds, while Hormuz tensions lifted safe haven demand, and oil shocks warning keep the inflation premium alive. Want to be a little careful on that. Weak ADP, geopolitical, Trump said Iran talks 50-50 by Friday, but also threatened hard hit if fails. Hormuz risk is still somewhat alive. But remember, guys, it's not just about the headlines. It's about how markets have been reacting to it. And you'll know that when you see how markets react to it, when you come back every day and look throughout your MRKT terminal and see, here's an oil risk headline. Okay, it didn't have that big of an impact last time. Why would I assume it's going to have a big impact this time? Oil premium intact, not so much there. Trump says having very good discussion with Iran, threatens hard hit if deal falls through. Guys, we also have to remember, this is probably the 20th time he's said something like this. Don't you think markets, not MRKT, but actual markets, institutions, investors, don't you think they're getting a little tired of these headlines as well? So right now we have to really be able to realize what's driving the optimism. Now, not so much for gold, but for the S&P 500 and NASDAQ, what's driving that optimism is that follow through, is that optimism from AI, from optimism, from strong tech earnings. That's all helping support us to the upside there. Really cool, guys. Great, great breakdowns. Yes, sir. NFP, we'll see. NFP is going to be big. Let's see. Gold, we'll see. Now, me, guys, my opinion on gold right now, you guys know me. You guys have been here before. I haven't traded gold in over a month because of how range bound it's been. I'm not going to start today when it's at the very high of that range. I'd rather let today play out, see where and how we close. And if we close bullish, if we close higher like where we are now, or even higher than that, then tomorrow I'm going to be looking for that follow through. I'm not jumping in longs on gold when I see how extended we are here on the daily time frame and we're at that extreme range. Even though our fundamentals are so, and something else to note, I'm not going short on gold either because I know those fundamentals are suggesting that this can be a real breakout. Fundamentals are holding it for a breakout. The technical divergence of the USD is giving us that confirmation of a breakout. So yes, I'd rather be long, but knowing we're at the top of the range, I'd rather be patient. There's no harm in being patient. Go trade another asset, go trade another commodity, trade whatever it is you have to trade, but don't trade something when we're at extremes and you're not seeing your setup. If you don't see your setup, you don't take a trade, period. Me personally, I don't have setups to go long at the top of ranges unless we break out and retest. Other than that, I'm not going long up here because guess what? We could pull back. And if we pull back on gold and we still close somewhere very green on the day, I'm going to look at that and go, oh wow, I went long up here, it pulled back, it stopped me out. Then tomorrow, the long positions really played through. I don't want to be that guy. You guys don't want to be that guy either. We want to trade the trend. We don't want to buy highs. The saying is buy low, sell high. Let it break out. Show us that this is a real breakout. Then we could look for continuation trades for the next few days, and that could lead up for some nice moves. Buying gold now is like buying a banana at $5. Remember, guys, to take buys at better price points. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. You want to, it's funny, it's all supply demand, right? It's all who's buying right now, who's selling right now, what's supporting the bias, what's going against the bias. So that was our breakdown on gold and what's supporting the breakout. We could take a look and do the same thing with NASDAQ. What's supporting NASDAQ's bias today? Beautiful, fantastic tool. Guys, have you used Ask Market yet? Let me know in the comments, have you used it and what do you like to ask market? What do you like to ask, Kev? Nasdaq 100 is bullish, a bit overbought, 29,921. AI earnings strength and long-term data center capex are the dominant buy-side forces today, supported by the soft ADP miss, which lifts rate cut odds, okay, and eases pressure on long-duration tech valuation. Yeah, you're loving it. That's awesome. We gave everyone 50 chats. Cool, guys. 50 chats. Don't use them all in one place. Spread them out. 50 chats is very generous. Is it 50 a week, not 50 a day? What how are you spreading that out? No. Would love to be able to know so I could tell everybody here. While he tells me that AI capex resilience, this is the big one that I've been telling you guys. 50 a day. Oh my god, that's insane. Guys, that's crazy. Guys, go PayPal $50 to Nalab every time you use all 50 of those, because that is fantastic. Quite honestly, I thought 10 would have been enough because, yo, let's be real. If you're getting on in the morning and you're trading 3 assets, that's 3 questions right there. You want to ask a couple more in-depth questions, you want to talk about the fundamentals, you want to ask about CPI, that's 3 more questions. It's still only 6. But 50, everyone ended up using their 10? Bro, you know what? We might, yeah, I was going to say, we might have to start with 50 so people can play around with it and then possibly bring it down to 20 or something. All depends on, of course, the cost of it. This is AI. This is something that does cost more for the back end. So we don't want to go bankrupt trying to give you guys something amazing, but we can get things going, right? We can cook up in the shop. We can give you that output. That is sick. Yo, W's to Nalab in the chat. That is fantastic. Yeah, Nil is a goat. As he said, not gonna lie, when I'm profitable, I'm gonna make a payment to Nil and the team. Listen, man, we're here to help get you to that level. If you want to throw us a dono, go for it. We'll start doing these on like Kick and what's it called, Twitch. Yo, guys, drop a sub. Give me a sub in the chat. It says at the bottom of the chat how many. Cool, that's awesome. That is sick. W's. Look at all those W's for Mr. Nil. That is what he deserves. He deserves all the W's, all the loves in the world. Great guy, great breakdown, phenomenal tool, and not just a phenomenal tool, but constantly updating it to make it that much better. This is something, guys, quite honestly, this competes with any other type of AI company. How much is MRKT? Yo, market is only $50 a month. I can't emphasize enough. People go through evals like they're candy. 2 evals a week. If you get 2 evals a week and you're on the cheaper end and you're spending $60 on evals every week, that's $120. That's over $360 a month, even over $400 a month. MRKT, something that actually gives you insight, gives you input, gives you an edge in the market, it's only $50. You're going to tell me that you're going to throw money at a prop firm, but you can't throw money to educate yourselves? Absolutely. It's great value by yearly subscription. That's it. Can't emphasize enough too how minuscule that price is. And yo, don't tell no lab. But I think market should be $1,000 annual. This is a fantastic tool. $50 is very cheap for it. Take advantage of it while it still is $50. No other platform doing this. All these other platforms that try to have news come out is just scattered and just brain dead information that doesn't give you anything actionable. Market gives you that actionable insights, and it actually gives you a breakdown on it, not these other companies. Not only does it do that, it gives you the breakdown and it gives you price levels to watch. It gives you what's supporting the bias, what could flip the bias, prepares you for economic events. Everything. Yeah, throw some thanks to Nil. He's absolute legend. Legend in the making. Legend already made. Great guy right there. So we have ISM non-manufacturing PMI today. Bank forecast is looking at 54.5. Minimum is 53.7. Max is 56.4. Let's hit our sparkle icon here. God, I miss our brain icon, but that's okay. Sparkles work too, I suppose. Key input for central bank. Nil, if you're still here, I think we should update these bullets to be a bit more specific towards whichever it is that we're breaking down. All right, just my 2 cents. That's my nickname over here. 2 cent Kev. Anyone who subscribes today, your mind will be blown. And no, they didn't pay me to say this. That's awesome. Guys, we have some great people from the HTL community. We have people from all different communities because the Market AI Terminal and these Market in the Morning streams is something that no matter who you're learning from mentor-wise, you're going to learn something from here as well, because we're giving you the fundamentals, we're giving you reasoning behind markets, we're showing you how to break things down and take advantage. Yeah, HTL, there we go. W's to Mel, great community, great people. But they chat with each other here. He's asking Elsa here. I saw her earlier. I shot her a message before, but hopefully she comes and joins us too. Great traders, NASDAQ traders, love to see it. Smash the like button, guys, if you haven't already. All right, so ISM non-manufacturing. Let's see how it's going to impact the NASDAQ depending on where we fall. So right now on forecast 54.5, if we fall on forecast, that's ranging. It's not going to give us that big of an impact. But guess what? Because markets are already bullish, we could still continue that trend if we come on forecast. Because forecast doesn't mean the trend stops. It just means there is no surprise from this headline, from this data report. If we're above, that would be very bearish for the NASDAQ. Below would be bullish for the NASDAQ. Now, something I want to mention, same thing that we saw the other day, we had a bearish on NASDAQ. It gave us a 90-point pullback, but then we held VWAP, we continued higher because that overall trend had a lot more weight than something weak like a manufacturing PMI. ISM, non-manufacturing, whatever it wasn't strong like a CPI reading, like an employment rate. So you do want to know which reports are actually the ones that carry weight. I think it would be a great feature if Market AI could add price level alerts to the platform. I believe we're working on something like that. I know we're working on an application as well, so like a smartphone app for the iPhone, Android. I believe we're in the works of the iPhone app now, and once we have that out, it will most likely be much easier to have the notification situation going. Mel's under the weather. Oh no. We gotta, everybody go send Mel some love. I hope she feels better. She's a great trader. She's a market user as well. We've had her on the show a couple of times. Absolutely love her. She's a pleasure. Her whole community's a pleasure in here. Yeah, app would be awesome. Listen, man, they're working on it. We get the whip, we go back to work. Nil's always on it. Justin's always on it. We got great people on that back end. Know their stuff. Know what the people want because they're traders too. They're making it as if they're trading it because guess what? They're trading with it. So really cool there. Really cool, guys. Guys, smash the like button. Let's run that up to 50 today. Let's even try to hit 75 today on our like scale. That would be phenomenal. We are adding alerts. There we go. Nil knows. Yes, sir. All right, let's take a look. Let's see. Any price levels, any key levels to keep an eye on today. Like I mentioned in CF Chart Fanatics, I wanted to see a pullback near 77.80. This lines up with the market pullback 77.83. I want to see a pullback to go long on the S&P over there. It's going to give me some support. Would like to see these buyers step in and give us some follow through. You can check our breaking news tab, and what we like to do every morning, because it is relative, is go to high impact under our search and just look up Iran and US and see if anything comes up that's recent. Oman discusses Hormuz passage out amid talks. Italian Foreign Ministry discusses Iran-Oman talks on Hormuz passage. 15 minutes ago, here we go. Trump says U.S. very good discussions with Iran, but threatens hard hit if deal falls through. I forget if it was here or if it was at Chart Fanatics, but I do think I covered. Oh no, it was 15 minutes ago. I had to have been here. Don't you think institutions are getting tired of these freaking headlines from Trump? Oh, things are very good, but if they're not very good, we're gonna hit them very hard. It's silly at this point, right? It's almost like whenever I see something like this, I want to throw a laugh track on there. Like, ain't nobody taking this seriously anymore, man. Gulf official says 50-50 chance of U.S.-Iran deal by Friday. Again, what does this mean for the market? It doesn't mean crap anymore. And we have to be able to recognize that. We have to be able to acknowledge that. The main driver of this momentum, of this optimism, truly is those institutions milking that optimism for AI CapEx, oh, boom, Google's spending more on CapEx, Microsoft spending more on CapEx, Amazon spending more on CapEx. But then, bang, right back in that CapEx's face, Amazon's making more money off their data centers, off of their AWS, off of everything they have. That's huge. That's saying that they're taking that big CapEx and they're turning it into bigger profit. Whereas companies like Tesla are taking a hit. They're taking it on the chin. Let me show you. Let me show you. Oh, I wonder if this will work. Let's compare Tesla's recent earnings and CapEx to Microsoft's recent earnings and CapEx and revenue. Let's see how it does. Let's see how Ask Market does on this. Let's compare Tesla's recent earnings and CapEx to Microsoft's earnings, CapEx, and revenue. See how it breaks it down. I'm always here to test the limits of whatever we're breaking down. Do you see NASDAQ hitting highs, catching up with Dow? So, it's definitely seeing the momentum. If we do stay steady and bullish, I do think it's going to happen. We don't want to really talk opinions when we talk about markets, but we do have to have some type of opinion because we have to have a bias and we have to have our own brain thoughts, right? So I like to use a tool like MRKT to see that. Let me run through the Tesla and Microsoft overview so I could show you guys the difference and where that optimism is really coming from for institutions. And then we're going to break down NASDAQ, see where we're headed, and see what are the probabilities and possibilities of us making those all-time highs on NQ. So Tesla has a bigger name, but I think Rocket Lab is the smarter investing long-term stock of its own. That's pretty cool. A little summary from MRKT. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Key comparisons. Let's see. Tesla's PE ratio is 10 times higher than Microsoft's, reflecting growth expectations but stretched multiples. Profitability. It does give you a comparison. This is, W's. Big W's in the chat right there for Nil and the engineering team. Microsoft's 40% net margin dwarfs Tesla's 3.7% margin. Software infrastructure versus capital-intensive manufacturing. Scale. Microsoft's $3.7 trillion market cap, 3 times Tesla's $1.3 trillion. Analyst conviction, Microsoft has 0 sell ratings, 66 buy, 16 hold. Tesla has more divided, 33 buy, 33 hold, 15 sell. This is sick. This is absolutely dope. Both report next October 28th. The overview cards above show recent earnings, beats, and full revenue and EPS details. CapEx typically appears in the earnings press release or cash flow statement. I didn't mention cash flow. I'm sure, it should have cash flow in here. Let's see. It doesn't at the moment. Let's see, read more. It might have it in here. I'll tell you guys the cash flow on Tesla real quick. Tesla had its first negative cash flow quarter in over 2 years because of the higher CapEx spending. So let me put that in perspective. Tesla had their biggest quarterly revenue in history, and yet that biggest quarterly revenue in history wasn't enough to bring Tesla to beat earnings per share. They missed earnings per share by nearly 40%. That is a gross interval right there. But that tells you Tesla is betting heavy on AI and CapEx in the future. But that worries investors because then it's like investors go, well, wait a minute. If you're spending this much and not turning it into money, well, what's going on here? Google, Microsoft, Amazon, they have no problem spending more on CapEx, spending more on AI, and then making more in the process. Why is Tesla failing? And Tesla has done things like this in the past, so it is something to be aware of. Now, somebody asked before, what's up, Max? Do we see NASDAQ hitting highs, catching up with the Dow? Now, I did cover this in the Chart Fanatic stream as well. And something I want to mention when we take a look at equities, right? We want to look at the strength and relative strength, right? So when we look at something like the S&P 500 here, S&P 500, when we looked at these all-time highs to the pullback we had, was only about 5%. We actually hit that 5% pullback exactly around 73.10 on, what was that, on June 2nd. June 2nd, that's over, what is that, 2 months ago? 2 months ago. Now, what are we doing? We rallied. 6% within 5 trading days. That's momentum. We would want to see some follow through on the S&P 500. But the NASDAQ, on the other hand, hit 12% from its all-time highs. That's a much steeper decline. It's going to take a lot more momentum and a lot more buying pressure to get us to those all-time highs. But is it possible? Is it probable? These are the questions we want to be asking them. What is supporting or going against it? So here's our previous day high. Here's our open price. Here's our previous day low. And obviously, first thing we see, same thing that we saw on ES, is the sheer momentum we've had for the past 4 to 5 trading days. Is the Chart Fanatics stream available? I tried to search for it, but it didn't have any luck. You have to look up Chart Fanatics Live. They have 2 separate YouTube channels. So Chart Fanatics Live, and it's the one that I think they're actually still live right now. They probably changed the thumbnail for it. But that one, if you want to rewind it to the very beginning, I covered the first hour of that show for our beautiful MRKT team. Fantastic. Then I said, guys, we can't leave our market homies alone. I got market in the morning too. Let's get it on lock. Let's lock it down. And we did so. That's how we do it around here. We don't mess around. Always give 100%. Guys, if I could teach you anything, right? It's patience. It's understanding what you're looking at. But it's that whatever you do, trading, going for a walk, driving, let's say you're into racing, whatever you do, sports, you don't give 100%. And you don't give 90%, so you could always do more. You give 110% in everything you do. If you give 110% into trading every single day, no ifs, ands, or buts, no excuses, you will find success. Once you start lacking, once you start waking up late, once you start rolling out of bed late to start trading, that's when things fall apart. We don't want to fall apart in trading. We want to find consistency. We want to show up every day. We want to give it our all. When we give something our all, it's just that much of a higher chance of it playing out. You don't give it your all, why are you even trying? So give it your all. Show some love. Be excited. Be excited to learn trading. Be excited to show up to these market in the morning shows. Be excited for markets in general. To be able to trade markets is a blessing of an opportunity. Before I got into day trading, I had no clue about it. But then, guess what? It opens so many doors, so many possibilities. It is endless when it comes to this industry. So just something to keep in mind. Guys, smash that like button. We're getting a little bit of an uptick here. And it is still pre-market. We got 2 minutes before New York session opens. Now, something I will mention. So in terms of NASDAQ, will it hit all-time highs? It's a little too far to say, in my opinion. I do believe it's headed there. We see the momentum. Unless we get a strong catalyst, then we are going to, yes, head towards all-time highs. Hi, is there no XCU USD chart on market? Can you please add it? What is it? XCU? ICU. Let's see. XCU. Am I putting that in wrong? XCU. USD. Copper spot. Got you. So if you're looking for copper, you could always look up too. Let's see if we can look up copper here. Copper HG. If you do HG USD, it will give you the futures asset of that breakdown. So you could always do that because it's going to be the same. So like we do XAU USD versus GC, it gives you the same buys, pullback levels, areas. Usually from futures to spot or Forex, you're going to see a bit of a different price level, but it's still the same general trend. So we can take a look real quick and I'll give you a breakdown. What's supporting the bias? Structural mine outage tightens at near-term copper supply. So there we go. That's something that we were covering with oil. When there's a supply issue, price moves higher. When there is a supply relief, price moves lower. So a supply issue helps bring price higher for copper. LME and Shanghai copper inventories fall while COMEX stockpiles swells. China policy supports aims to stabilize property and demand. U.S. copper import tariff decision spurs preemptive stockpiling. So a few things there. But yeah, absolutely. Yo, we got you guys, man. Nil is on it like white on rice, man. Nil is next level. Okay, now something I do want to mention before we get into today, because obviously we're going to still be bullish today, there's no arguing that, is we do not want to be the trader that buys the high. We want to wait for a pullback, but we also don't want to be the trader that sees a single wick form and go, oh wow, we're so extended, we have to short this now. Because yeah, sure, a short position might play out temporarily, but knowing the overall trend is still bullish, I'd much rather wait for a pullback entry to go long versus trying to second guess and guess that, oh, I know where markets are going to reverse. No, we don't know where markets are going to reverse. At this point, at all-time highs on the S&P 500, we only know trend, and we know trend is still bullish. So let's be patient here. Let it play out, see how we want to react. NASDAQ is in a point of resistance up here. Let's take a look at that real quick. So this area of resistance, I'm going to make it a bit stronger in opacity. We've rejected once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Here we are, we're trying to break through it though. So I would see this as we're trying to break through and continue higher. Again, we're not here to fight trends. We're here to trade the trend and trade the follow through. Gold is trying to continue higher too. Gold is another one that I would be very patient with. I'm bullish on it because of where the dollar is trading. I'm not too keen on jumping in a long position, seeing how extended we are. I'd much rather let gold close, see where we close in relation to this range. If we close higher, then guess what? Tomorrow we're looking for those gold buys to continue. Finding some selling pressure up here. Does that mean I'm just going to jump in a short? Absolutely not. I'm going to be patient. Guys, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Run it up, man. Let's hit 50. Always, 50 is the minimum. So being patient here, again, don't be the trader that sees a wick and goes, I have to short this. We know that we're bullish. And if you did that yesterday, guess how many times you would have taken a loss? So many times you would have blown your account. That's how many times. We just straight up move yesterday. 90% green candles there on the 5. Yo, what's going on, guys? Guys, TP for you, what were you in? What were you trading? Look at that rejection. Now, something I mentioned before too, guys, just because I'm not looking for a short right now doesn't mean shorts aren't going to play out. We could still pull back. We could still see an area of support to the downside. I want to see a pullback. We want to be able to get in an entry lower. We want to buy low, sell high. We don't want to buy high, sell low. So let it play out. See if we get some type of reversal here and look for, not a reversal, look for it to be a pullback and take a long position on the pullback. That is currently what I'm waiting for on the ES and NQ. Now, a bit of an order block spot right here on ES. We're going to mark that out for now, just so we're aware of that zone. So that zone is sort of my, I don't want to say line in the sand, because originally I was looking for 77.80 on ES, but we'll keep an eye on this zone because the last time we were in it, price held it. Pushed into it, price held it. So we can take a look down here and see if buying pressure stays that aggressive. Can we find a long position for a buy and hold opportunity, just like markets gave us yesterday? So be patient there. Let markets play out. Let markets come to us and prove to us that, yes, it's doing that, or no, it's not. Let's see. We just set it up on my execution screen myself over here so I could prepare and say, okay, if we do start to hold at 7,800, that's also near 7,803. 7,800 is a key psychological point. So it is an area of interest that I would like to see buyers hold. It's an area where we created higher highs, higher lows. We want to follow that trend. Very clean, good stuff. Looking for follow through there. Be patient. VIX at an extreme. Now, VIX is trying to move higher. Yesterday, VIX moved higher while ES was moving higher. So it did not have that divergence. So just be a little careful there, as VIX is not being a strong confirmation today. We have to be able to recognize that in markets, guys. Let's see. Good morning. Let's see. If anybody has any questions or chart recommendations, you guys know, drop it in the comments. Let me know what you want to see, and let me know if you've taken any trades today. Awesome. Let's see. And we can take a quick stab at equities too. Take a look at our equity chart. Microsoft still bullish. 4 days in a row of bullish price action on Microsoft since earnings. Meta, same thing. Google, same thing. Nvidia, same thing. Amazon, same thing. Like, if you see all these buyers in equities, why would you think, oh, we have to start selling off now? You wouldn't. You don't. You be patient. So look at that. We rejected right above that zone. I will look to see if we can push into it, find some support, 7803, 7800. Keeping an eye on that area. I do want to see also NASDAQ a strong break above and hold above this 3000 level. And yeah, just, stay patient here. Don't force anything. Could throw a volume profile up here just to find some levels and areas of interest. Very low volume shelf was right at that 7804 that we ended up holding. That wasn't the spot I was looking for. We do have another one, 7801 to 7800 right over here. That is near our previous day high. Or is that, what is that? Oh no, that's just key psychological level, 7800 even. Okay, cool. Staying patient, let markets come to us. Guess what? If we don't get this pullback entry and markets continue higher, guess what markets are going to do? Give us another opportunity. Markets are always going to present and give us different opportunities. It's up to us to be patient for those opportunities versus trying to force trades in the middle, getting stopped out 50 times, and then a real opportunity presents itself. So be patient here. NASDAQ, again, like I mentioned, is in a point of resistance, but I am looking for us to break it. ES trying to hold, weighted index pulling back. Equities somewhat pulling back on this intraday scale. Nvidia's pumping, Google's pulling back, Meta to the downside, Apple, Amazon, and Microsoft all to the downside. See if we get a bit of a drop here for a possible entry long. Let's see, be patient. Again, just trading with that bias. Now, if we do crash right through this area, I would like to see my original area I was looking for when I was doing the stream about an hour ago when we were trading over here was I wanted to see price come down to 77.80. Right now, this is the first area I would want to see support. We fail the support. I'm looking for 77.80. I can take a stop loss here, paper cut, make it back on the next trade. That's proper risk management. So just be patient. We see we're tapping into that zone again. We are getting some selling pressure. I'm just going to wait. Just wait. Let's see. Guys, good morning. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Run that to 50. Run that to 75. Look at this. NASDAQ did come into that area. It is near VWAP. There are a few things lining up on NASDAQ here that didn't get tested on ES just yet. Let's see. NQ. Let's see. I'd want to be a little more patient on the NASDAQ side of things, especially because we're at this resistance point. Elsa, good morning. But I do like longs. Obviously, we want to be more bullish off of that current trend. Equities are struggling a bit here, though. So let's just wait and see. Let's see. Huge dump on Amazon and Apple right now. Nvidia is still trying to pump. There we go. Yep, NASDAQ trying to hold that right there. I do like that. We'll see if it gives us another opportunity. Let's try to take those NASDAQ longs around 29.935 if you didn't get filled. I missed fill. I tried to get filled around 55, but we shot up pretty quick since then. Nvidia holding. Stay patient. Stay patient, my friends. Patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue, and patience will not hurt you. But let's wait. We got a minute 20 left. We could also wait and see how this 5 minute wants to close. If it does close with a stronger selling candle, then yeah, we're going to possibly wait for this area 77.80. If it holds back higher again, we can look for possibly one more retrace. If we don't get it, we don't get it. We don't take the trade. But let that close out. Be patient. Gold, very choppy up here. Now, gold had a very strong move overnight session, so I wouldn't be surprised if gold ended up giving us a range-bound price action for the rest of the day and still closed higher. Remember, gold just has to close somewhere up here to still be a very bullish day today, so it does not need to have follow-through during this New York session. NASDAQ chopping. Gold finally gave us that long-awaited pump. Yes, sir. But hey, man, listen, hopefully this pump is just getting started, right? We look for catalysts. We look for momentum. While gold is moving higher, dollar's moving lower, things are starting to pick up in our favor to support that breakout and start to a new trend on gold. We just really need to see some follow-through. And don't forget, we have NFP this week. These buyers trying to hold it. Boom, nice spike on. Wow, look at that. Straight up spike. That zone worked very well on NASDAQ. Like I said, unfortunately, I did miss this entry myself. Am I kicking myself about it? No. Am I chasing a trade all the way up here now? No. If it gives me another entry, I'll consider it. If not, we're staying patient. There will be another opportunity. Can't stress that enough. Pullback buys. That's it. That's it. ES looks like it's ready to continue. NASDAQ looks like it's ready to continue. NVIDIA pumping. Microsoft flip back bullish. A lot of equities coming back to the buy side now. Not taking any trades for now. Waiting for optimal entry from downside. Cool. Yeah, be patient, right? Listen, worst comes to worst, you don't take a trade. Guess who doesn't lose money? The trader that was patient enough to not take a trade and force a trade when they shouldn't have. So let's see. Let's see our news feed. Anything new come up? Stocks get AI boost. We know this. Nothing new. 15-minute time frame. Nice hold. 30 minutes still holding. I'd want to see that 30 stay too. So overall, again, if we get that retest of 29,935 over here on NASDAQ, I will consider some longs, light size. If not, we stay patient. And don't forget, guys, you could always take a light size trade entry and add to your winner, but you can't take a full port long entry, take a stop loss, and then re-enter because you full ported, you messed up. Let's see. Pulling back at the moment. Give me another pullback towards that, what did we say? 36 area? We'll see. Definitely a big ask. ES pulling back. So again, I've got two areas I'm waiting on. 7803 on ES, 29,935 on MQ. NVIDIA trying to hold more bullish, supporting NASDAQ longs. I'm not going to buy up here. If you do buy up here, you keep your stop loss at a recent pivot low to look for momentum. I'm not a big fan of those kinds of trades because unfortunately with that style of trade, it could stop you out and reverse in your favor. And you could be like, oh, market knew where my stop loss was, blah, blah, blah. Markets don't know where your stop loss is because you are an ant. You're what's smaller than an ant? You're a grain of sand compared to the actual entire market, which is the size of the earth compared to your grain of sand of volume. So market makers don't know where your stop loss is. If you got stopped out, markets reversed, it's most likely for two reasons. Your stop loss was too tight, too aggressive, or you were too early on your entry, right? And those are things you can fix as a trader and work on as a trader. Getting a pullback in equities here to the downside. NASDAQ still continuing higher. I'm like situational awareness compared to Citadel. Bro, I will never get over the fact that their firm was called Situational Awareness, and yet they lacked any situational awareness of 4 times their leverage into AI already very heavily valued assets. Like, what are we doing here, man? Situational no awareness. ES struggling, trying to give us a little bit of a pullback here. Like I mentioned, 7,800 would be a great key psychological point to go long. Yeah, some jokes write themselves. You're absolutely right. It's funny. I tweeted what I just said. Somebody answered with the same thing. Some jokes just write themselves. It's great. And I'm pretty sure a month prior, Citadel had a meeting with them and told them to be careful with their leverage. I think Citadel had something to do with it because weren't they the ones that bought everything too? They jinxed their own downfall. They absolutely did, Sands. They absolutely did. They did a great job at it. That's all right. Market, never going to do that. MRKT, next level. Next level, sir. Let's see. It's 9:43. Think I heard a headline, U.S.-Iran may resume nuclear talks on potential deal. Nothing crazy major right there. I'm having trouble accessing market tonight for some reason. Mine is working okay. Did you try closing the tab and reopening the tab? Turn it off and back on? But give that a shot, let me know. Clear your cache, the CASHE on your browser as well. That might also help. So now what are we seeing? We're seeing NASDAQ move higher, new high of day. ES pulling back. Tried all those things. Try new browser, clearing cache, or even incognito. Turned it on and off, maybe the cache. Maybe, possibly. Restarting the computer. Yeah, possibly on restarting the computer, like it's having trouble registering, but I don't know, very strange. I think it just means you have to upgrade your market subscription to the annual. That's probably what that means. 100%. Trust me, I'm a professional. Know all about this stuff. I'd be careful on any longs at this point. I always tell you guys, don't buy highs. We want to buy lows. If you took those buys off of NASDAQ down here from 29,934 we were looking at, you would have been in for over 100 points already. ES pulling back at this point. Let's see if ES gives us a proper entry over here. I will say equities are seeing a sharp turn, and we see that here with our weighted index. I'd want to see previous day high on the weighted indexes around here. I want to see that level start to hold up. We have news in about 15 minutes. Or actually, did it come out now? Was that news right now? It was. Oh, what do we have? Flash PMI? No, global composite? What do we have right now? So we had flash. Usually it's flash. Oh no, it's the beginning of the month. We're gonna have regular ISM. Where are we? Global. Yeah, global PMI final. Let's see, that should be coming out registering here any second on MRKT. VIX is flying. Yeah, so Mike, what we saw yesterday, right? We saw VIX continuing higher while ES and NQ continued higher. So be careful on that, right? Institutions are hedging as prices moving higher. They're preparing for NFP. Nil, if you're still here, it still says pending for final for services and stuff. I do think it came out though. I think we got the dashboard, we got headlines about it. Cool. Let's see. ES was so close to this area. What I'm concerned about is we keep getting close, and then we're just gonna dump right through it. Issue with the data provider. Got you, bro. Got you. Yo, listen. Send them a letter. Get your together. We have people we need to keep in line. All right, let's see. ES, come on. Are you gonna give us an entry, or are you gonna give us a break? You gonna give us a break of that Kit Kat bar, or what? Headline right there. Let's see. Real quick, let's see. Where is it? Just now. Iran Oman proposed Strait of Hormuz reopening plan with no toll-free transit for ships. Yo, Trump was like, we're going to charge for the strait. And then Iran was like, yo, that's a great idea. We could do that? Like, thanks, Trumpy. Excuse me. This is what I get for not having caffeine this morning, guys. I got to hype it up. Pump it up. Pump it up. Yo, rotten as a gunner. What's up, Jay? Whenever I think of how insignificant we are compared to firms who put hundreds of contracts on a move with no afterthought, I always think of the quote from Red Dragons. Let's see. You are privy to a great becoming, and you recognize nothing. You are an ant in the afterbirth. It is in your nature to do one thing correctly. Before me, you rightly tremble. Interesting. I never heard of that. NASDAQ continuing higher. Nice strength on NQ. NVIDIA turned back around holding VWAP. Take a look at our equities real quick, guys. Amazon new low of day. Microsoft is selling off. Google is selling off new low of day. Apple trying to hold. NVIDIA trying to hold. At this point, I would want to sort of let this 5-minute play out and see where we are, if equities can start to turn around or not. Remember, though, zoom out. Microsoft new low of day. Well, where is it compared to yesterday? It's still not at yesterday's low, so it's still bullish compared to previous day's low. So I'm waiting, looking for this ES pullback. If we get it, great. If we don't, wait for the next trade opportunity. Other than that, we're not chasing in the middle over here. VIX trying to reverse back lower, which is a nice sign. We are getting some buying over here. Just be patient. Our market terminal is still bullish. What about gold? So gold, great question. Gold is at an extreme right now. So take a look at gold. It's trying to break out of its current range. We've been in this range on gold for over a month, and now we're at the highs of the range. So we don't want to be buyers at the very high of a range, but we also don't want to sell up here because we know our fundamentals are still bullish. We went over our fundamentals on MRKT with GC and XAU USD, and it is still holding bullish. So we don't want to be sellers up here, but we also don't want to buy the highs. We want to look for either a break and retest, or what I'm looking for myself is I'm looking to see how gold closes up here to continue higher. ES trying real close, real hard to break down here. Let's see. Nvidia holding up. That's a great sign. Apple dumping. Amazon dumping. Definitely not a big fan of that selling. I'm going to let this 5-minute open push around. I think we get a push towards VWAP, towards that 7,800. There it is. There it is. Excuse me for predicting and creating markets. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't mean to do that. Waiting for a reaction over here. Be patient. If we start to get a reaction off this volume, I would consider it. But if we start making new lows down here, ain't no way we're going long. But if we start to hold this, possibly, if we start to break it, looks like it's trying its best to break it. No, thank you. And if it does hold, then we are able to get a better entry. Yeah, now we're breaking it. You did that on yeah, you know what it is? I sent out a text. I said, dump it. And they were like, dump it up. And they dumped it on us. That's why we run in it. That's why I wait for that reaction. Find your levels ahead of time. Trade the reaction. Equity's still very range bound. Yeah, I'd really be patient at this point. NASDAQ held this area much nicer than ES clearly is trying to hold. So if anything, be patient on ES. See if NASDAQ gives us a stronger pullback. If we get back above 7804, 7803 area, I would consider some longs. If not, definitely staying out of it. Amazon selling off, Nvidia's weak but trying to hold VWAP. Definitely a 50-50 on our equities right here too. Got to get above 78.05 on ES to show us buyers are back to give us support. We are at VWAP. We're at some confirmations now. Just be a little patient here. 3 minutes left in this 5-minute. No upper wick on this 5 as well. Would like to see some type of turnaround from that too. But just be patient. Don't force anything. Are you in? No, not yet. Not yet. I'm looking to see if we could try to get back above 78.05, 78.04 area. And I will try it on those longs. We'll give it a go there. I like this hold. Stops near these lows. If we start crashing down again, just a quick stop loss and we'll look for a re-entry somewhere lower. Could even possibly look for the NASDAQ trade back at 29,936. But I'll take a very light stab at longs on ES over here. If it fails, it fails. We get stopped out. That's fine. We have to be prepared for that. We are at a pretty strong resistance point when we look at a volume profile, a low volume shelf that's holding us from above. So if you're not in this trade, I do not classify this as an A+ setup until we can scale back above 78.05 again. 2 minutes left in this 5-minute. ISM service PMI top of the hour for sure. So we do have some things to be patient for. Just looking to trade the trend, trade the direction of the general markets. There we go. Trying to hold here. Be patient. I also wanted to see the 30-minute try to continue, but we did break that 30-minute low, so I do want to be extra cautious. Yeah, definitely not a big fan of these longs. Buyers keep lacking, but we still had more strength to the upside than downside. Be patient. Let it play out. If it stops us out on ES, we'll most likely be looking at that NASDAQ re-entry. Google trying to hold, Meta trying to hold, Microsoft trying to hold, Apple holding. All right, we're getting some equities in our favor. That's a good sign. There we go, ES flipping for us. That's what we want to see. Nice. Pump it up. Very good. Can I trouble you for a read on MNQ, Kevin? Sorry, you missed everything, Elsa. What did you do? No, I'm just kidding. That's fine. So MNQ read, yeah, NASDAQ, we wanted this 30-minute support zone off VWAP down here around 29,934. It did give us that push into it and hold. I missed entry on it. We ended up continuing about 120 points higher from there. I'm not in this trade. I'm being patient. If this ES trade stops us out, it's most likely because NASDAQ's pulling back too. So I'd want to see us hold this area on NASDAQ again after taking the stop loss on ES. Or if this does hold and markets continue higher, we're in long from the lows of this ES trade trying to see that trend continue. If it fails, it fails. If it holds, it holds. That's where we're at right now in these markets. Weighted index trying to push back higher too. VIX is moving lower, which should be confidence in the longs, but VIX has definitely been giving us an improper inverse to the ES and NQ lately. We do want to be aware of that. SIFE, I am in some longs on ES right now, 78.02, 77.97 is stop loss. Just trading it carefully, looking for this momentum to try to give us that push back up to the upside. off VWAP, off 30-minute support. NASDAQ holding. There we go. There we go, guys. Beautiful. Beautiful. Come on, give us a quick run up. New high of days price target up here. Quick little 3-1, almost 4-1 on that. We could go for even higher than high a day. 4-1 risk to reward on that current trade setup. Be patient. We might see a strong pullback to retest that zone. Just wait. Just wait. Don't buy up here. Just wait. You're either in down here or you're holding, but you're not going long up here. You go long up here and it's like, what, are you going to keep your stop loss down there? No, thank you. So we're waiting. Let markets play out, see if this buying volume can give us a strong kick. I do like VIX giving us the drop off of a key area. I do like weighted index trying to turn back around to the buy side. Google moving higher, Meta moving higher. Got to get Microsoft and Apple in the same boat where they turn back around bullish. Apple's trying to get there. Got to see Microsoft try to get there, Meta get there, and Nvidia hold VWAP here too. So I'm looking at the support on equities, trying to see if it can hold to support these longs. We do want to be careful. We have news in 4 minutes. I was watching Ride or Die. Oh, you can't do that. You got to watch market in the morning. I'd like to see us take out new high of day within the next 3-4 minutes or so to get the heck out of this trade before the news comes out. But we'll be patient, see how it wants to play out. If it stops out, it stops out. We look for our next entry. If it continues, it continues. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. We do not control how markets move. All we control is how much risk we're putting on the table. So we'll let it play out. Yo, Kev, can you break down gold? Do you think the buys are solid with NFP coming on Friday and CPI on next Wednesday? That might change the Fed's perspective and markets' expectations shift. You're absolutely right. You're spot on with that analogy and with that breakdown, not analogy, but with that breakdown in perspective, right? We might get that employment data and jobs report that says, hey, let's start to shift. We don't need to hike rates. Things are getting into a more cooling area right now, and that would be great. Right now, we do want to be a little more patient. We want to let things play out. We want to see how it comes out. The lab also thinks that we're going to get that shift with NFP. I'd like to see it, but we're gonna have to really see. The economy is definitely in an interesting spot right now, and yeah, it's all in my opinion right now. I want to wait and see how it plays out. I'm right now trading the optimism and the buys off of ES and NQ from the optimism of all that strong AI momentum. Just like big institutions are, right? We want to trade with them. We want to look for that. S&P trying to hold here. Let me see. It's afternoon. What's up, Davey? Afternoon there. Well, happy afternoon to you, my friend. Happy afternoon. Here we go. ES trying to give us a hold here. Let's end today with a banger. Let's start today with a banger and end it with a banger. There we go, ES. Let's go. Pump it up. That's what I like to see. Looking for 78.25 price target would be nice. 21 is nice too. Nice hold. There we go. Minute 46 left here. Let's go, baby. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Great stuff. Great move. Good trade. Breaking highs here. 78.15. Get above 78.15. Let's scale it. Nvidia holding up. Apple holding up. Microsoft and Meta took a bit of a hit right there. I will look to manually close if we start pulling back. I do like the momentum we're trying to gain up in here, so I will try to hold, see if we get a strong move up, but very clean trade so far. Moving stops to above break even, so it's a no-lose trade. And yeah, that's how we do things around here, baby. Yes, sir. What do we have? We have like 10 seconds for news. Bro, part of me is like, let's just close it out, lock it in. But we're seeing momentum going into it. Looks solid. I'm going to close it out. I'm closing it out right here at these highs. We bought low. We sold high. That's how we trade in these markets, guys. Locking in 2.7 to 1, almost 3 to 1 risk to reward on that trade. Great job. Great stuff. W's in the chat right there. Hope you guys made some money off that. W's. Big old W's right there. That's phenomenal. That's how we do it at market in the morning, guys. Every day. Every day. Awesome. Awesome. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Join us every day. Learn something every day. Make money with us every day. Fantastic ES longs right there. I missed the NQ long entry. That would have been clean too. All right, we have news. I thought we had news in 10 seconds before. Apparently, I was looking at the wrong time. But here we go. 3 seconds. It's gonna shoot up here. Oh, let's see. See how it came out. It's pretty sideways now at the moment. Happy with the exit. Close just now. Yeah, definitely a little close. Lower than expected. Is bullish on ES and NQ generally. So, we could look for a possible re-entry. That would be pretty cool. I wouldn't be completely against taking a re-entry. Yo, W exit, by the way. Offense. What an exit, bro. That's crazy. Very clean. Very clean. That was like Matrix level exit right there. We were like, choo, 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 choo. And then markets were like, sniper, reloading. All right, looking for NASDAQ, VWAP down over here, 729,935. News is low impact. Yeah, it was a bit more of a low impact news headline. If we start to hold, could possibly be a re-entry when we start breaking higher on this 5. Excuse me. I'd rather wait for a more proper entry, somewhere that we were ready for. Guys, we're close to 50 likes. Run it up. We're a few likes away. Smash it. 50 likes is an easy goal for us because we're winners in these markets. You already know. Like, subscribe, breaking news. You do a little Q&A, whatever you guys want. We'll keep it fun. We'll keep things going. I hope you guys made some money on that ES trade. Quick 15 points there. It wasn't even like a 5-point stop loss, 3-1. Amazing exit. Before I was looking for a break above that 21, guess what? I would have been holding. It would have came all the way back down almost to entry point. Really good patience there. Good execution and good using MRKT to help drive and not so much motivate, but confirm that trend and bias. NASDAQ, much stronger pullback here on NQ. I really am interested in a possible long position on MNQ off of 29,934 over here. See how we want to react. 29,934. Very close to it. Boom, pushing into it. Let's see. ES right back to that entry point. That is insanity. We want to see us start to hold somewhere here on NQ, and I would take it long. But if we don't hold and we keep dumping through, I'm not in it. I'll just wait. I'll let you guys know if I enter this trade. ES retesting that entry. Again, phenomenal exit. NVIDIA struggling. Equity's struggling right now. Be patient. Be careful here. A lot of struggle. If we start getting back above here, I'm going to take it long NQ. Light size, stop near this low over here. I am in NQ now. Light size, like I mentioned. Just looking to see if we could trade off this zone. We held this zone earlier. Bullish bias with the fundamentals. Just looking to trade that trend. If it fails, it fails. We take a stop loss. Already in profit for the day. No lose day. Just make sure you minimize your risk. Maximize your reward. See if NASDAQ could start to hold. I want to see NVIDIA start to hold here, which it is struggling a little bit. But it is trying to hold general, right? So look at that. NVIDIA trying to hold up. Amazon holding. Apple trying to hold. Got to get Microsoft back on the buy side. Meta's trying to hold. Google's trying to hold. And NASDAQ also trying to hold this area for the moment. So backing along on NQ. Let's see if we could back-to-back these trades today. Let's see. Just be careful. Don't be greedy. Don't go heavy in size. Don't just trade blindly. Only take the trade if you agree with me. Possible pullback on gold. Look at that. Gold continuing higher. That's why I don't want to short these highs or go long at these highs because we don't know where that major high is. I'd rather trade ES and NQ, which is in a bull trend, and buy the low on those. Look at that. Already up about 30 points on this NQ trade. Be patient. Looking for new high a day. Again, be careful, be patient, let markets play out. If it stops out, it stops out. If it continues, it continues. Stop loss is currently at 906. 906, right over here. 30 seconds left in this 5-minute. I really want to see how this 5 closes. If it closes back within this range, I do think we're most likely going to hit stop loss. If it closes back outside the range, I'd like to see that try to continue here off VWAP again. This would be the second or third time that VWAP holds on NASDAQ today. So just trading that general trend and general reaction. Even ES right off that entry point trying to hold tells me that there are still buyers active in this area. 4 seconds, we are closing back outside of that range. That's a nice sign for these longs. See if we get a nice little push up. There we go, 40 points NQ. Nice. Lock in some profit if you're here. Love to see it. Amazing. Boom. Another 50 points. Just hit the 50-point mark on NASDAQ from entry. Nice. Nice. Trade that trend. Be patient. Love to see it. Bang. Sweets. Look at that, guys. Nobody does it better than market in the morning. That's huge. That's huge. NVIDIA trying to push bullish here. Part of me is considering exiting here for a nice quick profit, but we could see if we make a new high a day. I do want to trade in that general overall trend. I will move my stop loss up now, though, to this recent low that we were just at, because I do not want to let this winner come all the way back to a loser. I think I actually do even want to exit a contract. Ooh, I might be a little too late on that exit. Yeah, we might retest that zone. Be very careful. Let's see. NVIDIA still trying to hold. Google trying to hold. I'm still seeing more reasons to be long than be short. So I do want to be a bit more patient. Their weighted index is struggling, which is a bit of a red flag. I do think I want to get out of a contract near 30,000 even again if we can. So we could see if we could get pumped right back up towards that 30,000. Let's see. Let's take a look at some other time frames. 15-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame. 30 closes in 23 minutes. 15-minute closes in 8.5 minutes. I do think we might possibly retest this area, so be careful on this pullback. Stop loss is, where is that? 29,914. NVIDIA pushing higher helps me give confidence in the longs for NASDAQ. Holding. You guys are in gold longs? Boom, there you go. Gold's moving higher too. Love to see it. Let's go. Let's go trends. Am I right, guys? Love to see it, man. Love to see it. All right, we're getting close back to that 30,000. Back above 30,000 here. I mentioned I would probably get out of a contract, so I am going to do so at 30,006. So we're going to get this little pump up here. Going to get out of a contract. I'm just in a couple micros right now, really trading light size. Wanting to lock in some profit. Boom, locked in profit. It's W's in the chat, baby. Yes, sir. That is phenomenal. Fantastic. That's how we do. Stop loss to 29,916. Looking to hold this, see if it wants to continue. If it continues, we're holding for the winner. If it doesn't, we stop out on that last contract. Regardless, great trades, green on the day. That's what we like to see. Now we're just trying to let our winner run. Here we go, NASDAQ. Bring it higher. Pump it higher. Let's go, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. W's in the chat, man. That's amazing. Well done so far. Well done. 2 back-to-back great trades. This is currently in this NASDAQ trade up. We're about to hit 100 points. We're at 80 points in profit on NQ. Amazing. Trade that trend. Take advantage of market conditions when they're in your favor, when you recognize the trend. NVIDIA pumping. I don't like the weakness that I'm seeing in the rest of the equities right now, but I do know NVIDIA has good strength. It's just waiting at the moment to see how we want to react. I will move stop loss to 60, 62. It's like right over here, the bottom of this candle, because I want to see us try to close green up here. If we close green, I'd rather hold and let this winner run. If we start to reverse, I'd rather cut my winner over here than let it go all the way back to break even or stop loss. So I scaled out of a contract at 30,006. Moved my stop loss on my last contract to 29,962, letting it play out in our favor. Look at that, another rally. Bang, bang. Guys, how do you not spam the like button for that? Boom, we're about to hit right Bro, we were 4 points away from 100-point move on NASDAQ. Beautiful. Massively up this week on 4 live accounts. Luke, let's go, baby. Let's go, Luke. Luke, how'd you get there? What'd you do differently this week? What is giving you that confidence? How are markets treating you? And why? Why are you doing so well this week? What have you been doing differently, if you're doing anything differently? Should have stayed in, but it wasn't greedy. Listen, man, it's important to not be greedy. Absolutely. Microsoft switching back to the upside. Google trying to hold here. I am holding this contract. It either stops me out at 29,960 or we continue and we head towards new high of day on NASDAQ and we're in it to freaking win it, baby. Yes, sir. 15-minute time frame. Nice hold. Beautiful. Amazing. Amazing. Guys, W's in the chat. Let's go. NVIDIA pulling back. Now, part of me does want to just close it out up here. If it stops me out of this, I feel like that might be too aggressive of a stop loss, but I'd rather lock in that profit and be like, I'm done for the day there. So let's see. We just came very close to that low around 60. Came to 85. I got a 17-1. 17-1. Yo, where are they handing those out? I want one of those. That's amazing, man. Good job. Congratulations. Well done. Well played. Good work. Be proud of yourself. Journal the hell out of that. Boom. NASDAQ held that stop loss. Let's go. NVIDIA continuing higher. W's.com. No, I'm kidding, but great job, guys. Fantastic. Guys, don't forget, follow us on social media. Instagram is MRKT_AI_insights. My Instagram is Trading with Kev. Come trade with me. If you want a one-on-one, you want to take your trading next level, I'm always happy to help you guys take that time, really break down markets. This has been a phenomenal day so far. Great trade recaps, great trade breakdowns. Fantastic exit on that ES trade before we completely toppled right back to that entry point. And again, it would have given you that entry right here to head towards new high. So I do still think buyers have the ability to continue up. If we fail, I'm getting out here around 62 on NASDAQ. If we hold, I'm getting out around 30,074 on NASDAQ. I'm just in one micro left. Very small risk at this point. Letting it play out, it's already in our favor. NVIDIA trying to hold up, Amazon struggling, Google somewhat struggling. Beautiful, guys. Amazing. Where's that round of applause? We got to run that round of applause over here. Thank you. Yo, now that I hit round of applause, it's going to go stop me out of this last contract. You guys know how markets do. Listen, man, if it does it, guess what? I'm stopped out for profit. If it continues, guess what? I'm letting my winner run. It's all about proper trade management, risk management, following your edge. Everything comes together. NVIDIA pushing new high of day on NVIDIA should help bring NASDAQ towards that upside. Rest of the equities also struggling, trying to move higher. Not a fan that we haven't been able to get that leg back up, but we still have 2 minutes left on this 5 minute. Like I said, my current stop loss on this last contract is over here around 64. If we hold that, I'm in it. If we break it, I take a quick stop loss. And guess what? It could pump from there after it stops me out because that's not a proper stop loss in terms of it could wick it and then continue higher. But I'd rather lock in those profits after that one great banger on ES and this also banger we took on NASDAQ where we got in around 35 out of the first contract around 30,006. Just trying to let it play out, manage our risk, manage our reward. We have about 2 minutes left in this 15-minute candle, minute 20 left in this 15-minute candle. See if we get some momentum here for the last minute. A lot of volatility likes to kick in towards the last 10 minutes of an hourly, last 3 minutes of a 15. Timing is everything in these markets. Yo, Kev, you're the GOAT. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Let's go. Great mentor and teacher. I appreciate that, man. That's what I'm here for. So I love trading. I love streaming. As you guys can tell, I love streaming. These streams are great. Absolutely love talking to you guys, breaking down markets. I love trading, and I truly love educating and helping give people that knowledge. As stupid as it sounds, because we say it when we're kids, knowledge is power. 40 seconds left in this 5 minute. 40 seconds left in this 15-minute. Buyers are trying to hold us here. Here comes NASDAQ with a little bit of momentum. NVIDIA new high a day. Microsoft flip back bullish. Apple's bullish. Amazon's bullish. Meta's bullish. Come on, NASDAQ. Don't fail us now. Let's try to continue here. Be patient. Let it play out. See where we're at. And just understand that no matter what markets do, as long as you managed your risk properly, you will not lose. Even a losing trade isn't a loss, it's a lesson. Remember that. 15-minute closes in 5 seconds. Nice rejection candle here on the 15. I was sort of hoping it would close a little higher on that 15. A little concerning there for a possible stop hunt, but we're going to hold it. It either continues higher and we're in it, or it stops us out for profit and we're in it too. Bang! Let's go. Okay, quick little move. Be careful up here. We're definitely starting to struggle a little bit off 30,020. So let's see if we get some follow through. Got to really see NVIDIA continue higher. Microsoft's trying to hold. Meta is trying to hold. Apple had a bullish candle on the last 5, but it has been more of a barcode lately. Phenomenal trades, guys. Phenomenal. 2 back-to-back trades. ES and NQ. Be careful. We just got a headline right there. Gulf crude and, let's see, exports flat. Nope, that's nothing major for us right now. Great, we can look to hold. Beautiful, guys. Amazing. I feel like I should be, guys, know those, the horse races. You know, coming around the left, coming around the left, coming around the right. Microsoft moving a new high a day. NVIDIA moving a new high a day. Like one of those people. That's what I feel like sometimes when we do these streams. Like NVIDIA new high a day. Microsoft trying to hold. Blah, 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 blah. Great stuff, guys. Great analysis, great patience, good execution, all from the pre-market plan, all from our bias, our fundamental bias on MRKT. Really clean. I do almost want to kill this trade here, seeing how weak we're getting over there, but I do know buyers have had good momentum. So listen, it either stops me out for profit around 60, 62 down here, or it holds and we continue higher. And again, in it to win it, letting our winner run today. It is 10-16. Look at that. Look at that. These buyers aren't giving up just yet. It's awesome background commentary while looking at charts. Oh, dude, I'm glad. That's also sort of the goal when we host these market in the morning streams, right? Look, you're looking at the charts yourself. Uses has good background audio. We might see something or say something that we see right now. And you'd be like, oh, shoot, Kevin's right. NVIDIA is doing A, B, and C. Maybe I should look to get out or get in, whatever the case may be. Dude, super struggle right now. Super struggle right here. But what happens? It keeps trying to dip, and then it keeps ripping back up. Then it keeps ripping up, and then it keeps dipping. Look at this barcode here on the 1 minute. I'm patient, man. Patient as I can be. It either stops me out down here at 64, 62, or it holds and we continue higher. Pump it up. Pump it up. 220 left in this 5 minute. Want to see some continuation. We did not have continuation on that last green candle. So again, a little concern that sellers are trying their best to hold price lower off this 30,000 key level. But overall bias is still bullish. I'm in it from longs from the lows. I'm cool with it chopping around for a little bit, either stopping me out for profit or continuing for an even bigger profit. What's up, Melvin? How's XAU USD, Kev? You think we could reach 4250, 4300? Let's see. Yo, if I'm checking XAU USD and we get stopped out of this long on NASDAQ, that is entirely your fault. I'm just saying. No, I'm just kidding. 4250 definitely in store, right? We had good momentum. Look at that. We had the break retest, trying to continue on gold too. It looks good to continue on gold. I do like it. I would be careful with entries up here. We are at extremes, but it is definitely trying to give us that close that I was looking for to trade it tomorrow. So you guys could have been long today on gold and bought anywhere and held for 10, 15, 20 minutes and been in profit. I'm in NASDAQ. Nah, bro, I'm kidding. Absolutely. Always happy to help you guys. Whenever you have a question, even if it looks like I'm busy, ask it and I'll either get to it when I can, or I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll cover it immediately if I have that opportunity to. We had that opportunity to because we have our stop loss in place on NASDAQ. Right now it's chopping. It could chop around, stop me out for profit. It could chop around, continue higher and give me more profit. 50 seconds left there. NVIDIA struggling. Microsoft and Meta back to the downside. Amazon was still somewhat trying to hold here. Google's trying to hold. Microsoft, like I mentioned, was trying to go back to the downside, wicking back up now on Microsoft. That's a nice sign. Hopefully that can help support NQ here. And gold buys from 41.50. Good job. Nice. Good work. Well done. Well done. Something supporting gold to the upside, right? Is that dollar breaking out of that key level. Fantastic. 15 seconds left here. I am not a fan of the lack of follow through we're seeing on the NASDAQ here. I am definitely most likely going to get stopped out at 62. We are about 10 points away from that. So am I going to just manually stop out right now? No, I'll let it, boom, stopped me out right there for profit. Great trades, still in profit on the day. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Am I against taking a re-entry down here? No. Entry on this NQ trade was down over here on this big wick. We took entry down here once we started to hold this zone again off VWAP at 29,935. Got out of one contract, 30,006. I just got out of another one around 29,960. So locked in about 30 points on one and about, what do we have? Let's see, 70 points on the other. So pretty clean. Guys, you guys are going to open up your social media later today, or even like an hour, and you're going to see people complaining. Today's price action was garbage. How do you even trade this? I guess they missed their market in the morning stream, because this is how you trade it. Bang. Bang. Even the market terminal making a noise for us. More than 100 billion in SpaceX shares to unlock tomorrow. Wow. Boosting tradable float. That's crazy. Now, is that a headline that moves markets right this moment? No. Let's see. 8 minutes left in the 30. I'm still more bullish. Even though it stopped me out of this long over here, it stopped me out for profit, I'm not chasing it at this point. Calling it a night. See you tomorrow, Luke. Have a great night. Congratulations and very well done on your live accounts this week. You're doing great. Make sure to lock in some profit. Pay yourself with those profits. So if you do by any chance go off hinge tomorrow or the next day, you can say I paid myself. And this is now a no-lose account or a no-lose situation. You know, lock in those gains. Take them out of your account if you can. Well done. Guys, amazing job, everybody. I hope you guys were all able to take some trades with me today. We took those ES longs off of the 78.03, and we got out around 78.20 right before we had news come out, which that news came out, dropped us right back to that 78.03 again, and then it failed, right? We haven't made new highs of day, so I'd be very careful. NASDAQ testing that level and VWAP again. Absolutely, my pleasure. My pleasure, guys. Absolutely. Great job. Good work. Good analysis. Good education. Let's see if ES... I'd want to see how ES could hold this area. You know, do we want to try to hold these recent higher lows over here? We didn't make any higher highs since those higher lows, so I wouldn't be so quick anymore to be jumping in longs. It's still not a point where we want to be bearish because we are still bullish. So I'll possibly look for a re-entry on ES with stop at that recent pivot low over here. That's only if we hold. If we just start dumping here, no trade. Passive buyers sitting over here looking for these buys to hold. NVIDIA, NASDAQ dumping a bit right now. Be patient. Let's see. Minute 44 left in this 5 minute. Trying to move lower. I'm not in this trade yet. I am not in this. I'm glad I'm not in that trade. Beautiful. Guys, amazing analysis and amazing patience. Today is a phenomenal session. If you're joining late or you're joined recently, I want you to smash the like button, and I want you to actually replay this session. This was like a boot camp level session today with entries, with execution, with market analysis, everything, man. We've been on fire lately, and that's what we like to see. That is amazing. Amazing longs. Good stuff. NASDAQ with another little drop there. Couldn't be happier on the exits of those NASDAQ longs. Very well done. Hey, Kevin, I'm out. Happy trades, guys. See you tomorrow. Mariri, have a great rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow. Good job if you took those longs with us on ES and NQ. Very good work. ES, let's see. If ES could scale back above 78.06, I'd have more confidence in the longs again. If we don't, all right, we're above 78.06. Buyers stepping in. Now, because I'm in good profit, I definitely don't want to be the trader that's like, oh, we got to take it again. But we are at the low of the range. Look at how well we've been reacting to this level over and over. Same with NASDAQ. Look at that. Moved into that level, found support, moving back higher from it again. So trade the range, trade the direction. Good work. 10 seconds left in the 5-minute here. Possible NQ trade if NASDAQ wants to hold. Just be very patient. Again, good profits on the day. We don't want to be jumping in blindly. But these longs are definitely looking sturdy. Definitely more sturdy than the shorts, that's for sure. Good work, guys. Good work. Let's run that like button up. Let's hit 60. You guys are phenomenal. It's all team effort here. You guys keep the likes coming. You stay engaged. We get more people in here. We keep these streams going. We have to hit more people here on YouTube, guys. I want to see more of you in here. Bring your friends and tell your communities to come join. I'm not saying to ditch your own communities. I'm saying to come join us in the mornings a little bit to get some good analysis, even some good trade setups, as you see here. So take advantage of it. Take advantage of anything you can when it comes to markets and trading and your education. These streams are all completely free to you guys. What more do you need? Completely free, and we're giving profitable trade setups. Like, come on now. Come on, big partner. Ain't no way. Sands, I'll see you tomorrow, Kev. Done for the day. Thanks for the trade, G. Yo, absolutely, brother. You take some profit on that? I will ditch bodies for you. Hey, there we go. What are you saying? Thank you, Yusuf. That's some support right there. All right, NASDAQ back into this level. Am I going to go long here? No. Does that mean longs aren't going to hold? No, they could definitely hold down here. They've been holding now 4 times down here. But I'm in good profit on the day. I don't know about you guys, but I don't feel like giving it back. I just don't. No, thank you. Great retest. Again, rather be long than short at this point off of the technicals and fundamental bias. Look at that hold. We retested it. We're trying to hold. Looks okay. I just wouldn't, again, just be like jumping in randomly. Jumping randomly, you're giving profit back. Be like, oh, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Let it play out. Let it do its thing. If you took your first trade, you took a great trade, lock in those profits, be done for the day. Don't force anything. Nvidia is getting weak, and each time we move higher, sellers try to bring it back lower. So there's clearly a disagreement within price between buyers and sellers, a bit in the ask battle where buyers are trying to win, sellers step in. Sellers are trying to win, buyers step in. Yeah, I think this is trying to fail to the downside, but we're still holding VWAP. So until we fail, there is no we're going to fail, right? We have to trade with what we see, not with what we think. What we see is this area has been holding multiple times now. Microsoft trying to hold. Let's see. Retesting this zone again right here. Yeah, definitely tough point. I'd rather be long than short, but I'd rather be out of this than in it because of the profits that we're already in today. Nvidia's got to go back to the upside. Weighted index rejecting VWAP. Got to see that pushback bullish too. Just wait. Let it do its thing. Don't force anything. You're in good profits. Why would you risk your profits? Right? Why would we do that? So stay patient. Great job, everybody. It is 10:28. We're going to be wrapping up our market in the morning stream in just a moment here. If you have any other questions, guys, please let me know. But phenomenal trading day. Good work, everybody. Be proud of yourselves and the profits that we made. And don't force any more trades going forward. I do believe that this day is going to turn into some more chop. We do not want to be the trader that forces buys at the bottom. It moves a little lower. We force another buy. We get stopped out again. Just be patient. Let it do its thing. We did a great job at being patient before. Why would we start being impatient now? Guys, great job. I appreciate you all for being here. Have a great rest of your day. Lock in those gains, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Peace.